Dang it. I thought I might have one in my truck, but I do not.
A biking helmet?
Yes.
You might have one in your truck.
I-
Who says that?
People who ride bikes?
A biking helmet? Oh, a biking. I was thinking a biking helmet.
Not a Viking helmet. I do not have a Viking helmet in my truck. Not today.
It would be way cooler if you did.
That would be, oh yeah, I've got one of those. That's no problem. This coffee cup is
Fine, I'll
is
make-
little.
Clean up your mess. It's fine.
That's what you're here for. But you did fail, and you did not.
Because you wore those cool glasses.
You did not get the spot ready. Hold on. Good morning. Good morning.
There you go.
My two good mornings. Thanks, Paul. So, welcome to Monday and this episode of Super Troopers. That's what I feel like
Where's
I'm.
your syrup?
That's what. What?
Where's your syrup?
What syrup?
We'll save that for the next GOP. You've seen Super Troopers? You
I
know
have, but it's been quite a while.
when they're sitting at the table at the diner and they chug the syrup.
I don't recall.
I think that was. I don't think that was scripted. I think they like
did it?
legitimately drink all the syrup. What do they call it? Improv? Yeah.
Anyway, good morning and
can't-
welcome to Monday. What?
Can't look at you.
I can't look at me. This is ridiculous, but it's fantastic. It makes me kind of happy, and I couldn't help but laugh when I first turned on the camera and saw myself.
And was very hesitant to hit the go live button.
Yes, I need a spot for my damn coffee cup. Anyway, get out the way. Move that way. So, yesterday I had to have this awesomeness go on here, and this is called a what? Not a beard.
I didn't argue that one was. Weird.
But if you watch the episode from when?
I don't know. What day was that?
Thursday, Wednesday, Friday. I wasn't here Friday.
What day is it?
Today's Monday, so it must have been last week Wednesday.
Oh my gosh.
When I had my goatee, she said it was a beard, and it wasn't.
It's a form of a beard, and I will.
Anyway,
die
so
on
all
this
I
hill.
did then was shave that part out, and now she says now it's not a beard. That
It's
makes
not on your-
total sense if you don't think about it.
I mean, it's a continuation of your mustache, not the goal of.
So is
beard.
this? That's still a
There's
continuation of my
nothing
mustache.
there.
Anyway, last night we had our Christmas party, and a couple of the guys said that I needed to have some aviator glasses to complete the look of this glorious mustache. So I stole glasses from one of my children this morning, and
I really wish you would have brought the
here.
pit vipers in, though. I don't.
Oh,
that would have been pretty good too.
dang it! I didn't think about pit vipers. That would have been pit vipers and a long wig. I will.
And an America shirt.
Oh man, no, like an eagle or a. It's got to have like a. Like fireworks and an eagle on it, or a wolf howling at the moon.
Oof. I
That would
don't.
be-
No, the Eagles. And you got to carry a flag too.
Maybe I don't know if I can keep it that long, but we'll see. If I can keep it long enough, maybe I'll do that.
What's going to keep you from
I don't know. I just
people's comments?
no, I don't really care. If people hate it, I might keep it longer.
Of course.
People say it's the worst thing ever. I might just
Keep it
keep
forever.
it longer. Yeah, I don't know.
What are you belt fed about today?
I'm not really belt fed about anything. I guess. You being late. Speaking of late,
Oh yeah.
look at this.
Look at what I got. Someone sent me this awesome mug.
They should have done it backwards though, so that it would show.
I don't know who it
appropriately
came
there.
from. I hope that you will say something. You know, the other side says Facebook Live legend. So we'll go with this is my side and this side's Phil's side.
So I've got a new coffee cup too from, we went to an open house the other day from a local real estate company, Derek Grier's Realty One Group. So if you need a new house, go check them out. But Derek, your coffee cup is way too small. Way too small. So,
You need more coffee.
yeah, I just thought it had hot chocolate in it, and I haven't had the hot chocolate yet, but I thought I'd bring it in today and use it on the ladder.
This is new coffee.
It is. I'm not as big of a fan of it. I think it needs
It's
to
not
be
bad,
stronger.
but yeah, I like the other stuff better.
Anyway, we wanted to talk. We've been talking for a while now and haven't talked about anything yet. So today we wanted to talk about IOC. Or I got to take these glasses off at least.
Thank you.
Whew, man. Yeah, it's weird. That is like a total different color. Okay. Anyway.
You're right. Oh wait, you're colorblind.
Yeah.
Hi, Papa.
Oh man, I want to talk about the colorblindness thing too, kind of.
We were just talking. My grandpa said, "Good morning, Lizzie." We were just talking about this last night. Oh, because I went to go pick up my son from my mom's house, and my aunt was over there. So they were talking about how whenever you chime in and say good morning, first off, you spell my name wrong. And my aunt and my mother said that you refused to spell it with 2 Z's, so that's okay. It's okay, but they always comment about how I get
Why does it
all
have to have 2
excited when
Zs?
you say good morning. Lizzie has 2 Z's and a Y. But my grandma, she would spell Lizzie, so she was wrong too. So you guys just got it wrong. But I always get really happy whenever you say hi, good morning.
I guess I would have spelled it wrong too. Not that I would catch myself writing Lizzie, I don't think, but I think I would
that's
spell
my-
with 1 Z.
That's my family name. That's my family name.
Okay.
Lizzie.
Anyway,
Anyway,
sidetracked again. We've had like 3 squirrel moments in
never
the last
happens.
4 minutes.
are you doing inventory?
What? No.
Okay.
We're just going to talk.
Okay.
So we had a discussion this morning in our office about IOC, Intent Opportunity Capability. And we thought we would continue that discussion out here. If you've taken one of our CCW classes before, you've heard us talk about it. Hopefully you remember it and you can articulate it well after said class. If not, come back and do it again or do a little bit of research. But let's talk about it some. So these are 3...
It's the self-defense triad.
Yeah. So what's the word I want to use? 3...
They're questions that you can answer to determine the level of defense required, maybe? I wouldn't say level of defense, but just whether defense is... I don't want to say acceptable, because whenever you use force in defense of yourself, it's never a... when can I do this? It's not like we're waiting for them to do something to where we can use force back. In my opinion, force is not something we want to do. So if someone meets these 3 things,
These criteria.
standards, yes, or you can answer each one of these 3 questions with a yes, then it is more reasonable to consider force as an option. I know.
But
Hold on,
it's-
we're not lawyers, so
Yes.
let's just caveat this whole thing.
It's not self-defense continuum. Or use of force continuum. That's a progression through
Level of escalation.
simply being someplace, using your words,
Going
joint
hands-on,
locks or
yeah.
chokes or
I almost just really just want to go
karate chops. Or less lethal or
Yeah.
lethal force options. So that's a progression through different levels of force. It's the force
the
continuum.
appropriate level of force
yeah.
response. Yeah.
IOC.
Excitation, progression. Wait that excitation / progression. So the continuum, imagine it's like a ladder.
Yeah.
And we'll just go, it's more of a law enforcement thing, but you got presence, your verbal skills, soft empty hand, hard empty hand, less lethal, and then lethal. So we're not talking about the force continuum as it pertains to escalating force. It's basically a 3-question test you can ask yourself in the moment. Do they meet these 3 things? If the answer is yes and they meet these criteria, then it is easier to assume that defense is necessary.
is reasonable.
Is reasonable.
So let's talk about these 3 things. Intent, opportunity, capability is what we tend to say. Assad Ayub, who might be a little bit more
Just a little.
higher level on this sort of
Just
thing,
a little.
but he uses
AOJ.
AOJ, ability, opportunity, jeopardy.
Jeopardy.
Right? Ability, opportunity, jeopardy. Similar thing. He would probably argue that his way's better, and I'm sure it is. Just IOC is what I'm used to, and I think what
Same,
she's
yeah.
used to. So, let's walk through these real quick. If an example that I often give is that if I say I'm going to kill you, right? I've stated my intent, or my actions have proven so, because I'm attacking you, I'm bouncing your head off the concrete, I'm smacking you with a baseball bat, whatever the case may be. I have the intent, I have the capability, because I have a lethal tool in my hand, but I don't have opportunity because I feel like now. I feel like we're in an episode of Sesame Street. Where he's way over there. So now, what if I crush your little head? Is that intent, opportunity, and capability? We really have a really good way of sidetracking things. Anyway, but let's just say she's up on her second floor, and I have this tool in my hand, and I've said that I'm going to kill you. I've stated my intent. I have a tool capable of inflicting lethal force, but I don't have the opportunity to use said tool or intent. So she can't just grab her Master Blaster and take me out.
Now, what if you had a gun?
Now, yes, if I had a firearm in my hand and she was standing on the second floor, and I had stated my intent, and again, it doesn't have to, when I say state your intent, that doesn't mean it could mean I'm saying I'm going to kill you. It could also just mean that my actions have, that's where...
The manifested intent, there could be multiple things. There could be body language cues you're picking up on. You could have witnessed them do something violent to someone else. You know, you can see intent in someone if you see them across the room and they are hurting someone, and then they turn their attention towards you. You might be across the room. You know that they have intent to hurt because they just demonstrated that.
Yes.
And maybe they're capable of it because you're a woman and they're a man, and they're just capable of overcoming your strength. Or maybe they're capable of it because they have a tool, or whatever you're asking that question. Are they capable of hurting me?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
That's the intent portion and the capability portion. Right.
In most cases, the capability is going to be there. Like it's, it depends. If you have somebody that's in a quadriplegic and they cannot do anything but talk and say they're going to kill you, and they have a gun sitting in their lap, they have the opportunity, they've shown the intent, but they don't have any way of picking up that gun and using it, so the capability isn't there. So the capability aspect is usually an easy answer. But the opportunity is usually changed by your environment, distance, tools, and things like that. So that's the intent and the opportunity are really going to be the ones that you're going to be thinking about pretty closely. So,
and that's where, so example from your class this weekend, when you talked about, stopping a threat, somebody's got that tool of, let's just say it's a knife, and I've stated my intent through action. I just hurt somebody else, and I've turned my attention towards you. You draw your firearm. The intent, opportunity, capability have been met because we're within close proximity. All three of those things are answered with a resounding yes. You have no other choice but to use your firearm, and you do so, and I go down. Okay? You, like a lot of people, you shot low left, and you hit me in the leg. Okay? And I go down, and I'm unable to get up, and I'm screaming in pain. The knife's laying on the floor next to me. Do you just keep blasting away? No. Because the intent might still be there. I might still be just extra enraged now. I have a capability. I still have a lethal tool laying right next to me, but now I don't have an opportunity. The threat has ended. Okay? I can't get up. So you can't just...
Gotta put the glasses back on.
This is
for him, right?
Yes. There you go.
You don't want to know what the comment is, but
yes, I'm just going to leave the comment. Anyway, squirrel times 3.
But let's bring up a case that happened back in January. And this is a video that I showed in my class, and it really is to elicit conversation because it's still in trial and everything, and I'm curious to see what the outcome is. But if you remember, there was a taquillero shooting and a taco place shooting in Texas, I believe. And there's
Step up. I feel weird being
in front.
in front. You're shorter.
Is this better?
Yes.
So this gentleman with a firearm walks into a taco shop and starts demanding money from everybody. He has a gun and, give me all your money. He's walking around the place. And how am I supposed to talk now? Good morning. Andy, is this from you?
I think it's from Andy.
Anyway, so
Good morning, Andy.
so he's walking around asking for everybody's money as he is starting to, it's like a little horseshoe thing. So he's making his way around, then he starts walking towards the door, but there are still some patrons back over there that he's going to be walking past. So this concealed carrier that's at the beginning of the horseshoe stands up and decides to take shots in the back of the bad guy as he's walking towards the door. Now, we get to talk about all kinds of things from this one, but the stigma of shooting someone in the back. Obviously, that's a very big stigma in the self-defense world. It is implied that if you shoot someone in the back in a defensive encounter or whatever, it is implied that they are running away and that was unnecessary. It's implied. But there's always something else to consider. Is there someone else still in danger? This man still has a weapon in his hand and he's still walking towards other people. So I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole on in the back shooting, but in that particular situation, again, everything hasn't come out yet. I'm only going based off of the video that I've watched, several times. But to me, those people's lives were still in danger. That was a warranted shot in the back. Okay, so guy takes shot. The man falls down. As the man falls down, the concealed carry holder, he is walking up on him, firing 3 to 4 more shots as the guy is laying on the ground. He still had a gun in his hand. Okay, so those few shots as he walked up on him were questionable. The first one, I think, in my opinion, as not a lawyer person, that first shot was justified. The ones as he was walking up are definitely going to be questioned quite a bit. Now, was he still a threat? Did he have intent? He definitely demonstrated that he was willing to hurt people when he walked in demanding money, having a gun in his hand. Okay, opportunity. Does he have the opportunity to use that gun? And is he capable of it? Okay, so he fell down. Is he completely out of the fight? Well, that's a question for you as that person that concealed carry as he was walking up. That's a decision you have to make very quickly, just like that, because if that is overdone, if that is too much, your decision was wrong. If he was incapable or didn't have the opportunity to use that firearm, then you were wrong. So that's the question. Was that person on the ground still capable of inflicting grave bodily harm or death with that firearm that's still in his hand? My opinion, yes. It doesn't take long for someone with a gun in their hand, even if they're laying down, face down on the pavement, to turn around and use it. Or just point it over their shoulder. They don't have to aim it. They can just start firing. They know that their life's in danger. They've just been shot.
They don't care who they hurt.
They don't care. So in my opinion, again, this is my opinion, I think that those shots, at least the first 2, were justified. Again, we don't know what shot killed him. We don't know at what point the gun left his hand, so on and so forth. So as this guy continues to progress on him, I think he fired 4 shots as he was walking up. He bent over to retrieve the gun out of the bad guy's hand, and there's a couple thoughts on what really happened here, but he fired one last shot as he was standing up, and to my knowledge, to the back of his head. So there's one attorney that is arguing that sympathetic nerve response. His finger was still on the trigger as he bent down to grab something else. That sympathetic nerve response, under an immense amount of adrenaline and everything, caused that round to fire. Should he still be responsible for that? Absolutely. That's where training gets you to take your finger off of the trigger and everything like that. So I think the responsibility falls on him for that last shot. Do I think it was justified after he picked up the gun and fired it as he was standing up? No, I don't. I think that was murder. Now it depends on you know, they're going to scrutinize every single shot, you know, that came out, and which one was the kill shot or whatever. But so that's a question that's going to be answered in court, and that's going to be a big question. Lots of questions there. So you have to ask yourself those questions. IOC, do all three of them exist? If all three of them exist, then you can safely assume that immediate response is necessary.
You
I
still,
would say
your actions still have to be reasonable,
Yes.
right? And
Still have to
what
be
is reasonable? I mean, and these are questions you have to ask yourself right now while this thing is happening, and be able to answer yes to them. All right, so it's not. It's not something that you can just magic your way through, meaning that if you don't put some brain power into thinking about these things now, it's not going to happen, and you're going to make a stupid mistake, and you're going to potentially hurt somebody trying to defend yourself or your things. Okay, you cannot use lethal force to defend a thing, ever.
Period.
Yeah, so that's not okay. And people do. Some people have a really hard time with that. You mean if somebody's stealing my car, I can't go out and start blasting away? No, that's exactly what we mean. You cannot go out and start blasting away. If you wanted to go,
Only after 9 o'clock. I think that's legit the rule. You could defend property with lethal force in Texas after 9 p.m.
What?
I'm pretty sure. I don't quote me on it. I'll have to look it up later. But seriously, I think Texas does have a property defense standard.
Well, either which way, we
Not in Missouri.
Texas.
Yeah, we're not in Texas. Yes,
No.
Reasonable. That's would a reasonable person do the same thing? In my CCW classes, I love playing videos of, you know, I showed that one and I showed a couple other ones, and then I'll ask afterwards. And I said, I want everybody to participate. There's no right or wrong answers here. I just want you to put your hand up if you think it was justified, not put your other hand off if it wasn't. So what people see in my class is they get to see how we're essentially voting differently. And without a doubt, every single video I play, it's rare that everybody is all on the same page. And that's precisely, Dan, you said the entire American legal system hinges on the word reasonable. What would a reasonable person do in the same circumstances? You're absolutely correct. You are, you know, in my classroom, half of the people thought it was reasonable and half of the people didn't. That's incredible. That's really important to understand those things. Now, your jury could be the same, or your prosecutor, or your judge, or whatever. Like, it doesn't, whoever is judging you is not you.
Yeah.
And they might not know these things. And with the IOC or the AOJ or whatever you want to consider, those things might exist for you. You know, like all those things might be in order and it makes sense for you to use force to defend your life. Can you articulate them though?
Can you convince everybody else or everybody that matters, right? Whether it's a prosecutor or a jury, that what you did was reasonable. And you can bet that if it goes to trial, the prosecution is going to try to fill the jury with people who are not going to think what you did was reasonable.
Absolutely.
And hopefully your lawyer will try to fill the jury with people who will think what you did was reasonable. And it's scary. And I know we've talked about this other case before that actually happened in Texas, where a man defended himself with lethal force against a superior number of people. He was outnumbered 3-1, ended up using his firearm, injured one person. I'm pretty sure it was injury. He did not kill anybody. But then it was argued later that because two of the people that physically attacked him, were women, that he should not have used his gun. And the fact that he was a firearms instructor and a hand-to-hand instructor, that he should have been able to handle all these people, even though he was outnumbered 3-1, right? And so in this particular case, his training was being used against him to prove that his actions were not reasonable. That anybody else in his situation, when you're telling this story to a bunch of other people, to jurors, the prosecution's trying to convince them that, hey, it wasn't reasonable that he drew his gun, because a reasonable person who had the amount of training that he had is a super ninja, and he could have just karate chopped them, and they all would have fell down, and he could have walked inside and had a cup of coffee. And that's just not the reality of the situation that guy was in.
Just like in the movie Con Air. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's one of my favorite movies. It was a long time ago. But
It is a good movie. Nicolas Cage is such a terrible actor.
oh, he is. He is, especially with that accent.
Oh, my
but,
God.
But he went to jail because he was essentially a weapon, from the military. He was trained to kill people. So the fact that he was defending him and his wife against multiple attackers, and all he did was a good old palm strike right to the nose, and
Of course, that kills everybody.
Right. Dead.
Sure. Dead.
But he went to jail for murder because he's a lethal weapon right out of the military. And that's, that we were also talking about that in the disparity of force thing. He's a national treasure. He is a national treasure. Did way better in National Treasure.
It's a good movie, too, though.
It is a good movie.
Yes.
Yes. We talked about this the other day in my classes, the disparity of force. Typically a woman is deemed less powerful than a man. So there's an automatic, again, there's a general statement. There's obviously exceptions there. Thanks, Gordon. Is it from you? I'm trying to figure out who this came from. It's awesome.
Was that you, Gordon?
So
I was totally wrong.
This
You were right. You
I did
mentioned Gordon.
I did mention Gordon. Thank you, Gordon. That's awesome. I love it. So anyway, we were talking about disparity of force, and typically women are going to have a disparity of force against a man. That's going to be typical. Definitely, there's exceptions. However, I've been training in jiu-jitsu for 3 years, so I have a little bit more skills to overcome strength. And I was thinking about that, and
Here's all the skills you need. But
done. If I wear those, nobody's gonna mess with me ever. Like, they won't even talk to
you gotta
me.
do that right now.
They won't even talk to me. Okay, I love aviators, except for they pull my hair.
So on you, they actually look good. All right.
I can't see anything, but it's okay. I'll leave them on. So, does my training remove my disparity of force options? Phil brought up a good point. It's like, it doesn't, you're going to be judged harshly on whatever. If I didn't go and do extra training, I will be judged harshly because I didn't take it upon myself to go get training. If I carry hollow points, well, you were just trying to murder someone. Oh, I was carrying...
Explode.
Yeah. Oh, I was carrying Full Metal Jackets. Oh, well, you were trying to hurt somebody else. It doesn't matter. So do yourself a favor, get that extra training, and, so that way you have things that can't be taken away from you because they're in your brain, and be able to articulate why you made decisions. Think about these things ahead of time. I really can't see anything, so. Why are you being so... I thought everything froze for a second.
No.
Hold on, life is on pause. Just
Yes. Sorry, I was not paying attention.
Oh.
You can't read.
No, I was going to pull these up, but it doesn't help.
I don't even know what you said the last few minutes. Sorry. I was distracted. I was trying to figure out what was going on at the front door. My brain just...
You're supposed to pick up during awkward pauses, awkward silences, because I don't like awkward silences. I wish I wouldn't have said that. Anyway, ability, opportunity, jeopardy, intent, opportunity, capability. Opportunity is the same.
Yeah.
But the words mean the same. They're just synonyms.
Oh boy, don't get into the whole English thing.
So, anyway, give it some thought.
Yes. Ask yourself those questions. Figure out what the answers would be for you. And
You can't see me squinting.
Just got my Illinois CCL and love coming over to the range to practice. Are you going to have any membership specials here soon? Where the activation fee is waived?
Do you need glasses?
no, I was having a hard time with the background. I don't know. We have something going on right now, I think.
I mean, it's December, so we got
Hey, Dano.
We'll
You keep
find
talking.
out.
I'll go find out.
No, don't
Yep.
do that to me. Why do you? God dang it. So it's December, and it's almost Christmas time, and we have lots of deals coming up. I can't begin to tell you, my temperature just rose about 4 degrees because if I'm here by myself, it's definitely very awkward. So let's talk about something. I don't know what to talk about. I'm bad at small talk, especially if I have to just talk to myself. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Dad. Do you like my glasses? So some things to think about coming up in December. We definitely have some specials coming up. Don't consider something if you're going to buy someone a gun, okay? It's time of the year to buy gifts for people, and people like getting guns as gifts. But do a little digging, do a little research. Maybe have if it's for a lady in your life or something, have a date night ahead of time and come to the range and have her just try out some different guns and see what she likes, because don't just come in here and ask for a little snubby revolver or something, or a little gun where the slide moves really easy, or whatever you think that they want. Ask yourself the last time you went and bought them shoes, or someone said a bra the other day.
That was Chris.
Yes, perfect. I get the sentiment. I don't want to dissuade someone from buying someone else a gun as a gift. I think that's an awesome thing to do, especially if you're trying to support someone through, getting them into the defensive world. But consider practicing, or get them a class for Christmas. And then that way they can learn and get the information on their own, and then they can make a good decision on the gun. So I can't read any comments. I can see them coming up, but I don't want to move my face that close to the screen.
Vincent needs new shoes. That's not wrong.
Vincent does need shoes.
Personal training gift card.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick on the memberships. Okay, so I forgot who asked about it, but somebody asked about membership deals. Through tomorrow, we have got 25% off of any new annual memberships. So if you are not currently a member, before the end of the day tomorrow, you can come in and become a member for 25% off.
See what we have? You can't see it. Well, it's backwards. The gift of training.
Yes.
This is not a gift certificate.
Yeah.
It's like a postcard or something.
Yeah, you buy a class for your friend, significant other, whatever, and you want to be able to wrap something up or put it in a Christmas card or stick in their stocking or whatever the case may be. You come in, you purchase a class, you fill this thing out with the class that you got, and
You're right, Peggy. You're right. It's not a beard
your
now.
beard is not a beard now. I know. It hasn't been for almost a week now. Anyway, buy a class for them, and this is something you can wrap up. Okay, it has no cash value. It's not. I mean, you purchased a class for them on X date, or you can buy them a space holder. But my suggestion would be pick a date, and then give that's something you can wrap up and give to them. If you want it, if private lessons was a thing, then yes, you could just buy a gift card to use to pay, because you don't pay for private lessons until you come in at the end of the lesson. So
But you can still get one of these for a private lesson too. If you buy a gift card and you just want to put this in there, it's just a picture, essentially, just to show them that they got something cool.
yes,
No monetary value.
on the gun gift giving thing.
Yes.
Yes, it's nice if my wife had come in here already and shot a few things and knew that this is what she wanted because she really liked this thing, then that's fine. To just come in and say, well, my wife is about yay tall and her hands are about this big, and so this little bitty gun over here would be the perfect thing for her. Where are your women's guns at?
Ugh, I hate that question. Guns made for women.
Yeah.
We can shoot whatever gun we want.
Yeah. So
There's another side to this.
don't just do that. But
Well, so what if you want to buy a gun for your husband? I don't know, there's ladies listening here too. It's Christmas time. It's time to buy your husband a gun. Well, regardless of the gender you're buying for, consider an AR. Because ARs are fairly do your research, buy a good one, the platform, but they're like adult Legos. That's what I tell everybody. You can change whatever you want on them to make them personal to you. So you don't have the same restrictions as far as handguns go. Handguns are very, very specific to the person. ARs can be changed in all kinds of ways to make them work for someone else. So give them a nice platform to start on and just let them go to town. That's awesome. Live across the river.
That's true. Stupid.
Sorry.
Illinois.
Yes. American's
Right.
rifle.
Yeah.
Yes, Clyde, that's awesome.
I love it.
Okay, so. Oh, hey,
What?
what? We're teaching our first class today.
We are not.
Well, it's not the first one. It's the first one on site.
Yes. A realtor safety course. We've done these off-site before, but we're doing one here in the building. And it's really kind of cool. The biggest reason why we're doing it here in the building is because they wanted to shoot also, which was awesome. Yes. Realtor safety course is something that we can offer to people that we can go to somebody's office to do these things, or another facility to do these things, because a lot of times people don't necessarily want, at least they don't think they want a firearm yet. And that's okay. This is about awareness and some little things that you can do to help keep yourself out of situations, and then if you find yourself in one, how to get out of it and so on. It's a fun class. It's a great time. So
I'm excited.
if we'll start to host these more often here, I believe, as we go into the new year. If you're looking at buying classes, be patient with us. We're trying to get more of them on the schedule for next year. We're working on it, but
We're so busy.
freaking busy, which is good.
Yeah.
This is good. We're teaching all day today, tomorrow, Wednesday. At least I am. I don't know what the hell she's doing, but probably nothing as usual. So we're working on it.
Thanks, Dad. You too.
That's it.
That's it. That's all we got.
Is he gonna snap into range? Snap it to a Slim Jim?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Anyway, I'm out of coffee, so we gotta go. Or I'm just gonna walk away and leave you here all by your lonesome.
No.
Okay. Then
No.
we're gonna leave. It's time for us to
My
leave anyway.
temperature went up about 4 degrees as soon as you walked away. I was like, oh.
So give me those things back.
Oh. Bright light.
All right, there we go.
I
So,
need some aviators.
God dang, these things are dirty. Holy moly! Did you?
Yeah, just like Vinny
Um,
does.
What is it? 50?
What? Anthony.
What are you talking about?
Anthony has to win the 50% off of classes starts.
Soon.
During the 12 days of Christmas, which I think starts,
I think the members already know.
yes. So if you're a member, it starts for members. I think it's tomorrow or Wednesday or something.
Oh boy. I wasn't ready for that.
But for everybody, I think it's like next week, Wednesday. There's one day. Members get to take advantage through any of the 12 days of any of the deals that we've got going on. Members have already gotten the email. Non-members will get an email from us, I'm assuming the day before the 12 day starts, that lists out what all the 12 days deals are. And yes, one of those 12 days will be a 50% off a class thing, and it is only good that day. That's it. So
He took a big old breath.
it's a tough day.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. It's a great day, but man, it is. The phone doesn't stop ringing. The emails are flying, and people hesitate to buy a class, and then it's gone. So they fill up quick, which is awesome. It's cool. It's something we do once a year. If you have an opportunity, take advantage of it. It's a fantastic deal. It's a fantastic deal.
Peggy wants us to fix Vinny and his glasses. We try.
When is a good day to get in?
Whoa, that's tough, Gordon. When is a good day to get in an empty bay to play with a new suppressor? You got to get here early, and maybe we have an empty bay. Maybe. That's tough because we fill up the bays quite regularly with our own with classes, and we have plenty of departments that come here, and it's not unusual for us to start the day with just one open bay. So, Karen, good morning. All right, we're all done. We're out of here. You guys need anything, you know where to find us, 1403 Manchester Road in beautiful Baldwin, Missouri. Come hang out with us. We got cool stuff on the walls. We got a cool place to shoot your gun, or a warm place to shoot your gun. And we got lots of cool stuff to do in here. Classes. Get the classes. They're awesome, especially if I'm teaching.
Only if you wear those glasses.
Yes, I will try my best. You guys stay safe, be nice to one another, and we will catch you soon. Later.
Toodles.
Toodles.
Awkward balls.